Hello. Okay, so today again I'm trying to deal with this big subject, which is Islam. Its history, holy books, and different groups and sects. In fact, if I start with the last point, the main split in Islam is between Sunni Islam and the Shiites. The Shiites themselves split into dozens, maybe hundreds of groups. I just lately discovered a Shia group called the Karamita, the Karmatians, if you like. They were founded by a Persian called Hamad Karmat, because he was short-legged, so he used to walk like this. يقرمط في مشيته. He led a rebellion against the Abbasids in Baghdad and tried to build the utopian socialist egalitarian society in the east of Arabia, but unfortunately he didn't succeed. But the two major subjects that one should deal with if he wants to understand Islam are the life of the Prophet and the Holy Quran. I will try to just go very quickly and choose just a few crucial moments in the life of the Prophet Muhammad. Obviously, you have his birthday, which was in the year 570 after Christ, and in the year 610, he faced the human faced the divine when the angel Gabriel gave him the order to read. Although he was well respected by his tribe in Mecca, but as soon as he started preaching Islam, which can be reduced to the oneness of God, there is only one God, they rebelled against him violently. They even threatened to kill him. So in the year 622, you have Al-Hijrah, that is, had to flee from Mecca to Medina with his best friend Abu Bakr, Emmanuel, Allahu Ma'ana. But just 8 years later he came back. So he went with one man, he came back with 10,000 companions. It was the triumph, the victory, Al-Fath. Well, 1 year later he made his last pilgrimage to Mecca. He talked about the rights of different social groups, including especially the women. And the next year, he had a big fever, he suffered actually. He asked Aisha, his best wife, for two things. To go and spend the last 7 dinars he had, and to be given a toothbrush, to tell you a little bit about the cleanliness in Islam. Now, if I move to the next point, important point in Islam, which is the Quran, I can quote my friend Khalid Tuzani, rahimahullah, who wrote the structure of Surah Yusuf, and he talks about literature as being classified between escape and interpretation. And then he goes to the story of Yusuf, and he says, this is why we can call it the best narrative, Ahsanul Qasas. I can also talk about my own attempt to deal with this big book, which is the Quran, when I wrote about the structure and the truth of the Quran and the linguistic challenge. But let me just try and be more objective, if you like, because I'm a Muslim, I may be accused of bias. Let me just listen to non-Muslims talking about the Quran. They say the accepted version of the Quran. Well, first, the Quran is divided into Meccan Quran, two sections, Meccan Quran and Medinan Quran. The Quran revealed at first in Mecca, stressed the oneness of God, and that there is an afterlife and accountability of each one for his deeds and words. And then the Medinan Quran, which is the legislation, how to organize society, including, I forgot to tell you that when Muhammad went to Medina, he had the constitution written that guaranteed the rights of every group, not just the Muslims, but also the Jews and the pagans, right? Quran consists of surahs, chapters, and each chapter has got a title like the cow, the bee, the poets, etc. It usually starts with Bismillah, that is in the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Some surahs starts with detached letters like Kaf, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. And its sentence in the Quran is called ayah, a sign of God. Just like the signs in nature, they are signs of God. Also the words and the sentences of the Quran are signs of God. He's speaking to you, to mankind. And there is certain rhyme and poesy, if you like, although the Quran is not poetry, and it challenged the biggest poets of the Arabs like Umayy ibn Khalaf, Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, also the father of Khalid ibn al-Walid. He was a pagan poet, and the Quran challenged him. There is short sentences, vivid expressions, poetic force, and then it changes from Mecca to Medina. In the Quran, you have God speaking in the first person plural, we, inna nahnu nazzalna alayka dhikra, and say, O Muhammad, tell people. What can be said? Well, you have also a large amount of the Quran referring to the biblical prophets, the Jewish prophets, if you like. And here I have something interesting to say about Muhammad and the Jewish book, that is the Torah. If you say Muhammad in the Torah, the Jews will categorically deny this proposition. But a quick glimpse into their book will show its validity. Well, first, Arabia is a blessed land, a land of prophethood, Isaiah 21:13. 2, the progeny of Ishmael is blessed and promised to be as numerous as the grains of sand, i.e. impossible to count. Genesis 18:18. Number 3, God promises Moses to send a prophet from the Ishmaelites. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. I referring to God. Deuteronomy 18:18, King James Version. Number 4, there is a reference to Muhammad's flight with Abu Bakr from Mecca to Medina, Emmanuel, Allahu Ma'ana, Isaiah 7:14. And finally, number 5, Muhammad is mentioned by name Muhammadim, im being a suffix of honor, as in Elohim, Song of Songs 6:1 Hebrew Bible. Good luck and God bless you.